Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be a daily message. We're just going to throw some cards, see what comes out, get you some ample advice. And if there is a need, we will do an energy clearing, but we're just going to roll with whatever comes. Hope everybody is doing well. For those of you that do not know, I am an energy healer, transmuter, and an alchemist, and also a seer. You name it, I can probably do it. And so can you, right? So the truth is like inner alchemy is the key to all things. Once you have looked at all of your life lessons and you disconnect your emotional energy from that thing, and you understand that it's something that happened to get you to evolve to the place where you sit, and there's nothing attached to it, you then deepen your connection to the source that is the all of the I am, right? The mother, father energy, the consciousness, the collective, the greater of the consciousness of all things. I don't know why there was a elongated way of going around and just stating God, but that could also be something that you're possibly struggling with currently. Is like, I'm not religious. I don't want to call God. All things work in best conjunction with all things, right? Yeah, when you're in universal flow, then everything that is also in flow with you. And so even if you encounter old karmic situations, even though they're no longer in co-resonance with where you're operating out of, it's still going to be in your environment, but it's not of your environment. If you understand that, it's the whole, I'm in the world, but not of the world. And so like, if you're not in it, then you're not reacting to what's taking place around you, right? It's like you can look at it from a 360 perspective, or you can switch out and look at it as an onlooker, right? Like it's almost like it's happening to somebody else. Is kind of what they're telling me, is because the trigger is no longer there. Yeah, and so like it's literally that amplification of letting go. So tell me, where were they struggling? What? Being an outsider, not feeling like you fit in, feeling like the divine, like not the divine, like this 3D realm was like locked, like you were locked out, like regardless of what you were doing, like you could not catch a break. And it was the journey to the ascended master, right? It's the journey to not only master thyself, but also to cognitively understand like where another is operating out of. Like you have to go through it, right? Like that's what my guides have been showing me over the past couple of weeks, right? And it's that understanding, like that it was a means to get you to where you needed to be. Like you would not be able to see or hear the guidance if you didn't know what impediment felt like, right? It's like they're kind of showing me like the swap of the what is versus the what could be, and the understanding where that resistance lies and what that resistance looks like, right? Because it's different for everybody, and some of us like to be on the struggle bus a little bit longer than others, right? So start delegating. You just said that's it. Sickmet. Being strong. A life review, hello from heaven, and a medicine woman. So maybe you have divine guidance from the divine feminine energy, right? Like, it's funny because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I have the trio that's like my guides. And oh, this, that, and the other, right? And so, like, as you're in amazement and awe of the understanding, it's funny, they just said the understanding of the singularity. I don't know. There's contemplation, right? There's contemplation. Are we all one, or are we all aspects of the same soul? Or are we all having an individual experience, right? Because although everybody could be tapping into, say, like, for instance, the divine feminine energy, and one of my gatekeepers first showed themselves, and then all of a sudden it was like everybody had the same energy attached to them, right? But part of it is because we're moving into a phase where the divine feminine is like front and center, right? So a lot of people are getting reconnected to these energies. And what I can tell you is regardless of like your guides or who you're working with or who has shown themselves to you, or whether you're connected to the Divine Mother or you're connected to Yeshua or you're connected to Zeus or whatever it is, right? In the end, it's still you working with the Creator, right? Because the Creator is all things. And they showed me a long time ago, like, the only reason why energies were so dominant and people were praying to them is because there was a physical showing that the energy was in fact protecting or causing things to take place, right? And Green Tarot may be something that you're working with currently, right? Or something in regards to your alchemy, of expression of being medicine, working with the elements, that kind of thing. But in the end, like, there is only one God. There is only one source creator. And regardless of you deciding or incarnating with these particular energies, be it a gatekeeper or a healer or something for insight, whatever that may be, right? It's still a journey with your connection to source. And so, although you may not be religious, or you may have resistance to religion, right? Because it's had to wear this falsified mask for such a long time, that it's created such massive distortion in the collective consciousness. And so, like, know that the sooner that you make peace with however you get to God, is up to you, right? Because the truth is it doesn't have to be anything religious. That's just something that man created to control the masses. And so when you disconnect from the expectations that it is something, right? And you just are and are connected, then you're going to understand the greater purpose of the self-mastery of, like, the why you felt as an outsider? No. Sorry, guys. It's... that you felt ousted. I don't know. I kept trying to put two words together. And you know what, here's the thing, is you could also be seeing this in other people as you're interacting, right? You could see the struggles that maybe this is something that you overcame long ago, right? And you could very well be seeing this in other people because they are a reflection of where you once were. And so that could also be something, I'm getting confirmation. So it could very well be like that's a area where you're gathering that there is resistance, right? And so as you're traveling in between, know that that is a way that you can mend and heal those within you, right? You set the intention in the morning, and as you go out into the world, your eyes are captivating and essentially activating that healing by the energy that you're projecting out to that individual. So every time you have an interaction, you're essentially like transmuting that energy for the other person. So clarifying what it is, like you can ask in your mind's eye with your guides, and you can just say, well, what is it that this person is struggling with? You're going to see it instantly because it's going to reflect something you've already been through, right? And as you're going through and maybe you're journaling about it, maybe that's a way that you transmute energy. And as you're going through and you're writing these things out, like you can actually set the intention of wishing them a higher timeline and allowing that alchemy of you to unfold that process, and you're literally helping break the chains of another individual and helping them grow, right? Allowing their mask, or the mask of like not being on the struggle bus, right? Or the mask of like a falsified reality, or whatever that may be for that person, like you literally are unfolding that for them. Do I need to throw other cards? Because I think this message is really clear. Really clear. Okay, so, and they just said one of these. Which one? Which one? Thank you. 2. Yeah, be of service and energy scanning, right? So the big thing is like keeping your protection up, because although you're going to start feeling this in your body, right? As you're encountering people, if you've been isolated or you've been a hermit, you are going to go through these waves and phases where like all of a sudden you feel like you're taking on everybody's energy. Always get back to the state of like letting go, allowing it to release. It's not your job to hold on to them. Maybe you need to get a carnelian, right? They're amazing. Because it's like the more and more that you're outreaching or that you're creating a safe space for other people, like you're housing that environment of growth, of expansion. And as you're going through this, like contemplate, like what are the things I need to do to create distance, so that I'm not absorbing, but I'm holding space to allow them to work through, right? And I don't know if you journal it. I don't know if you do automatic writing, but like if you meditate first, you push your ego off to the side, get grounded, and then just start journaling, right? Like you can go through and like start writing out your ideas, and then ask for divine guidance to intervene, to show you like how you can keep that space but still be very involved with the individual, right? To hold space for them so that they can truly heal in this process. And so that would be really good. Yeah, so honestly and openly communicate. Kali came out, but I put her back. And here's the thing, right? You don't know what you don't know. It's like so many people can, like, as they're waking up or as they're exploring esoterics or as they're like understanding their gifts, like it can get very cloudy, right? Because there's kind of been this myth of, oh yeah, so-and-so has it, but other people don't. And there are, like, the thing is everybody has the right, and I say this all the time, right? Everybody has the right to run their own energy. Like, there is no reason why you should be disconnected from the earth. Even if you have strong, like, air and water in your chart, right? Like, or fire, like, you are still connected to the earth. Specifically water and air. And And the thing is like no one and nothing should be taking you out of your body without, you being fully present and being aware, right? When we're young and dumb and we smoke weed and we drink and we do all these like side drugs or whatever, right? Like you're not realizing as a youngster, because it wasn't common knowledge, that those are all things, anything that is man-made or altered by man is literally meant to throw you out of your physical body. If you are naturally a healer, if you are naturally a transmuter, if you are somebody who is empathic, like it literally is designed to throw you out of your body. And they do it quite purposely. And they do it to keep you disconnected from yourself, right? It's part of the reason why like they flood everything with like sex and everything's like geared towards the root chakra, right? Because if they keep you in the lowest gateway, like then how can the planet as a whole evolve to a heart state consciousness if you're literally only able to work out of your root chakra, right? And the thing is like more people need to be more consciously aware, and I think it is happening within our collective as a whole, because the truth is like we're becoming more tapped in, because it's like the next and the next and the next. It's that stacking amplification. And so that's really like the core of the process, is like the understanding of the why everything is taking place. And I think when you start diving into it a little bit deeper in regards to the alchemy and the transmutation of the writing, I think it's going to open some other aha and gateways for you, right? I would ask for Freya to assist you, or Krishna, and because that's just what they said, to really start amplifying like the clarity and the precision in which you're looking at all things, right? I think that's really gonna kind of push you at this rapid rate into the clarity that it is that you're looking for, right? And keep touching in with your angelic team. For those of you that do have angel wings, fairies too, I mean, everybody with wings, you can feel your wings, right? They randomly will just flutter in your back. And if there are any masks that you're still wearing, or that others are around you are wearing, always ask to see truth, and state that like nothing and no one can hide truth. I only want to see truth. And keep reaffirming that to you. And that's really going to start opening up the way that you're communicating to others, and the way others are communicating to you. And don't be alarmed when you hear something that you were not expecting, right? Because the truth is like there is no filter. When you set the intention, like it changes the game, right? Try it. See. Highest vibration, and what else? They just said about the sea salt baths, remember it's pink Himalayan salt or regular sea salt. It's not Epsom salt. And for those of you that feel like you're being under attack, or that your emotions are under attack, is it mint or is it basil? Basil. They said hit basil on your crown and on your shoulders and on the center of your back while you're taking the shower, right? You just like literally like kind of brush it over the body. And that's going to disconnect whatever cord is like attempting to like mess with your emotions. Soak for at least 20 minutes, and it's a game changer. Drain the water after, and then you can like you want to clean everything, and then you can, you know, scrub your body. It's going to be huge. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. If something in this resonated for you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time, be well, my friends. Ciao.